Production home computers of the 1980s and the Amstrad CPC 464. Scenes 1 to end, take 1, roll 1 on a Panasonic SDR S15 EBP camcord on SDHC card format on the 27th of the 1st 2013, sound in stereo, production company ADR Films, director ADR, cameraman ADR, that's Adam David Reynolds. Rolling in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rolling. The 1980s were very different in home computing than the year 2000, as in the 80s the internet in the UK was almost unheard of and only few people had those early home computers. As we see here, the Amstrad CPC 464. Developer was Amstrad, the type was a personal computer. The release date was 1984 and discontinued in 1990. The units sold were around 3 million. The media type was a cassette tape or 3-inch floppy disks. Operating systems was AMS-DOS with locomotive. Systems Basic 1.0 or 1.1, CP/M 2.2 or 3.0. The CPU was Zilog Z80A at 4 MHz. The memory was 64 or 128 gigabytes, extendable to 575 to 76 gigabytes. Input was the keyboard, which had the built-in tape drive. The Amstrad CPC, short for Colour Personal Computer, is a series of 8-bit home computer produced by Amstrad between 1984 and 1990. It was designed to compete in the mid-80s home computing market, dominated by the Commodore 64 and the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. When it was successfully established itself primarily in the United Kingdom, France, Spain and Germany, in German-speaking parts of Europe. The series spawned a total of 6 distinct models. The CPC 464, seen here, the CPC 664 and the CPC 6128 were highly successful competitors in the UK and European home computer market. The later Plus models, 464 Plus and 612 Plus, efforts to prolong the system's life cycle with hardware updates were considerably less successful, as the attempt to repackage the Plus hardware into a game console as the GX4000. The CPC model's hardware is based on Zilog Z80A CPU, completed with either 64 or 128 gigabytes of memory. Their computer in a keyboard design, which features an integrated storage device, either as a compact cassette deck or a 3-inch floppy disk drive. The main units were sold only bundled with a coloured or monochrome monitor that doubled up as a mains power unit supply. Additionally, a wide range of first and third party hardware extensions such as external disk drives, printers and memory extensions was available. The CPC series was pitched against other home computers primarily used to play video games and enjoy a strong supply of game software, although it also included software such as word processing. During its lifetime, the CPC series sold approximately 3 million units. The philosophy behind the CPC series was to unfold, firstly, the concept of an all-in-one where the computer keyboard and its data storage device were combined in a single unit and optionally sold with its own dedicated display monitor. Most home computers of that time, such as the ZX Sinclair series, the Commodore 64 and the BBC Micro, relied on the use of the domestic television set and separately connected tape recorder or disk drive. In itself, the all-in-one concept was not new, having been seen before on business-orientated machines and the Commodore PET, but in the home computer space it predated the Apple Macintosh by almost a year. Secondly, Amstrad's founder, Alan Sugar, also owner of a football club, Millwater, and a business tycoon in electronics, and later becoming the host of the BBC's TV show The Young Apprentice, also to become a Lord, member of the House of Lords in London. Lord Sugar wanted the machine to resemble a real computer, similar to what someone would see being used to check in them at an airport for their holidays, and for the machine not to look like a pregnant calculator, in reference presumably to the Sinclair ZX81 and the ZX Spectrum with their low-cost membrane-type keyboards. The CPC 464, seen here, featured a 64GB RAM and internal cassette tape deck. It was introduced in 1984 in the UK. Initial suggestions, retail price for the CPC 464 was Great Britain £249 with a green screen and £359 with a coloured monitor screen. Following the introduction of the CPC 6128 in late 1985, suggested retail prices for the 464 were cut by £50. In 1990, the 464 Plus replaced the 464 in the new model lineup and produced one of the CPC's 464 was discontinued.